A country singer,
Work our cars from go to woe. It's the greatest race. It's a hell of a show.
or a mad medico,
It's all about the look, girls. I just use this camera here to just get it straight. Oh, look. It's the look. It's the look. You can wear this during sex. Can't hear a thing. Fantastic.
no high flyer is able to resist the temptation of turning into a racing car driver for a week. Some are fast, some are simply farcical.
I've broken 2 nails since I've been driving, so I'm a little bit checked up. And I've realised that I drove my last lap with a handbrake on. I think it's pretty scary.
All would give their fire engine red racing suits for a place on that podium.
Do you think you look nice in your driving suit?
Now, you know it looks stupid. That's the price we pay. We've got to dress up like we're afloat from the gay Mardi Gras.
Of course, with this array of talent, egos and obsessive will to win, training out at Sandown this week has been very interesting.
Is there anybody whose emotions run away with them?
Ours. Scapey and I. We burst into tears about every half an hour, tearing our hair out, screaming, jumping up and down, stamping our feet.
Rob's doing unbelievably well. He's the ultimate in late breakers and very, very serious, as you can see.
Yeah, well, you got to take it seriously. I mean, there's been a lot of trash talk. Koenig's a mouth. I had to tell him today, you're not in Tamworth now, pal.
We nearly had a bit of a prang up the back straight, and it came down to a clash of 2 minds, and I won.
It's a metamorphosis when the celebs get behind the wheel. Trevor Marmalade is normally a very funny man, but not when he's approaching an apex.
How good am I? Well, I'm not actually that good, but I'm still better than most of these.
He's all right with the jokes, but crap driver. Sorry, Trevor. Had him on toast the other day. Marmalade. Good on you, mate.
One famous face missing was the heir to the Packer media throne. In James's car was first reserve Ironman Guy Andrews.
James Packer. Well, he's a bit... I'm not too sure. I'd like to work for the Nine Network one day, so I'll be... he just didn't turn up. So,
He would have been great.
He would have been great if he had been here, and I'm sure he'd be right up near the front.
Meanwhile, his replacement was trying out a few diversionary tactics on the female competitors.
Do you often walk around like this?
All the time. Just to keep their minds off the job.
Do you think it's putting the girls off? Is this putting you off?
I thought it was a bra.
I honestly don't think it's doing much for the girls.
As for the ladies, well, they weren't getting involved in that macho one-upmanship.
And it's a boy thing. They're going to all get there. They're going to be so pumped. But they're going to go really fast, and it's going to be all over before we know what's happened.
The race, and well, you'll enjoy your race.
Well,
it'll be
we will.
long, it'll be slow, but you'll enjoy
It'll
it.
be long and slow and a really meaningful experience.
I keep on hitting.
4th.
The favourites? Well, here's the form guide. Ian Baker Finch is very smooth, but we already knew that.
I enjoy it. I'm a big Holden fan, big V8 fan. Been watching Brocky for years and love going to Bathurst and all that sort of stuff and really enjoy it.
Lee Freeman's a dark horse. This top trainer showed early form and was so confident he was even listening to the GGs out on the track. Lee Kernaghan, well, we knew he was a cowboy. World pole vaulting champion Emma George is very quick, and Rob Sitch is dangerous, despite that driving suit.
What do you feel like when you put your suit on, your helmet and your gloves on, in your innermost thoughts?
It's a little sexy.
Would you like to confirm that?
Finally today, they'll be out on the big track, the adrenaline pumping, the palms sweating, the crowd waiting for the carnage of past outings. As for the future of those Astros, well, good luck Holden.
And I'm probably even more erratic on the racetrack than on the golf course. Like, oh yeah, everything's swell. Yeah. Really good bet that this car's going to come back in one piece.
Who knows?
Many years, Australia's leading lady race car driver. As we see the grid there, we'll just go through the first half a dozen. Guy Andrews, very competitive, the Ironman, of course. Ian Baker Finch, his best result for a long time. Emma George and Lee Kernaghan. We'll let them roll through there as you read out your favourites and watch where they go. But Christine, you've had a lot to do with getting the girls together, getting their minds into gear. And because we've had that amazing race with Tony Collette, who just crashed everything and everybody. And, of course, Michelle Filkey and Kirsty Marshall, without doubt, the best dice we've ever seen.
Yes, Darryl, what we've tried to do is we've tried to keep them competitive without trying to harm themselves. It's very important that they don't get hurt. And we've tried to instill on them that they take the racing lines and they change gears at the right place, and they can keep up and get really competitive with some of the quick guys up the front.
Well, you know what'll happen once the green light goes. I mean, the red flag just drops down the eyes. They go all hazy and that's it.
That's pretty right, actually. They're all very competitive people from all different stages, and we find that when the flag drops, all eyes are out on sticks.
Carl Stevenson there, our friend, of course, will be working with us at the Australian Surf Lifesaving Championships. Also joining me today, Eddie Maguire. Eddie, I mean, you've been with them. You hosted the dinner last night. They're all pumped up, ready to go.
Oh, Darryl, it's an amazing thing what competition does to people, isn't it? They started at the beginning of the week, all friends, all family, all the rest of it, having a great time. Now they want to kill each other to win this race.
Yeah, you've got it right. All right, Guy Andrews, Ian Baker Finch, away they go now. Of course, these cars don't get away as quick as the touring car races. They certainly don't get away as quick as the Formula Ones, but look at Lee Kernigan. He's decided time to go. Moves on Baker Finch. This first corner, that's going to be the one to go. Andrews with a nice line. George goes through. Stitch is well placed there too. Andrews at the moment has done a bit of a bottle. Let's see them all come through. On the grass, dust going up everywhere. Beautiful job.
Yes, indeed. They got through beautifully there, but Emma George straight into second place there from third place. And Emma said the other day that she's only 21 years of age. She asked somebody if she was too young to become a racing driver. So keen is she the way she's been going.
Emma's really keen. She's so smooth. She's going to be quicker than most of the people out there if she just stays online and keeps smooth. That's the way to go.
Yeah, well, staying online's not that easy because remember, all of these cars are equal horsepower. They're all exactly the same, or as much as you can with so many cars. So the only way you're going to get past anybody is under brakes or to do it correctly right round the circuit.
Well, one of the funny things, Darryl, of course, is that some of the competitors down the back of the field on the grid have had side bets. So there's a couple of races going on here. I know Jane Kennedy, who's very much a happy-go-lucky girl during the week, any time of the year, but wasn't happy last night to be down in number 21, and she turned into Brooke Vandenberg very quickly and decided that the bitch was back.
Well, and a way back, a long way back. Look at this, though. Terrific performance from Guy Andrews.
And Ian Baker Finch has just taken Emma George into that corner. He obviously had a bit more speed up out of the last corner, so his top line speed at the end of the straight was quicker.
Yeah, what I said about that equal cars and power, you really do have to be neat and tidy.
Because these are low-powered cars as far as engine capacity, you really have to be smooth and keep them flowing. That's the only way to keep the speed up.
Emma George into third place now. Baker Finch, there go the lights on. Bang, Finch, they make pretty well the same spot.
Now, Guy Andrews, very competitive, as you would imagine, with an Ironman. But, of course, in the past, we've had Trevor Hendy, who won in 91, and Dwayne Tyres and Grant Kenny have all been very competitive in this race. And Guy has been told, don't come back unless you win. So he was in fine form last night. He was up singing Sweet Home Alabama, so he's all fired up for this race.
Yeah, the Ironman have got a terrific tradition here. So has Wally Lewis, the rugby league player. He's got a great tradition going with the celebrity races. Emma George now, watch her go through the corner. Now, let's have a listen to what Christine's got to say. You're looking at your protege here.
Yes, I was really impressed with Emma. She takes everything very seriously, and she really applied herself. She's obviously so used to all this sort of information with training and such. She's really good.
I've got to say, this is about the most behaved I've ever seen a celebrity race. Everybody's doing the right thing.
We'll get into it soon, no doubt about that. Lee Friedman, of course, has got a very big weekend coming up tomorrow at Flemington, Super Monday, the Australian Cup, and he has two very highly credentialed horses in Count Shivers and Paris Lane. But interesting to hear that Lee went round his first lap at practice, and Rachel Beck's gone.
Rachel Beck is off. Had the big spin, got out and thought, well, I'll take a bow. Blows up, crowd all salute. Rachel Beck, lead role, of course, in Beauty of the Beast. Let's have a look at it. There we go.
Well, Rachel's just had too much power in the corner and she's just understeered straight off. But obviously Rachel's also used to taking bows in front of such a large crowd.
Yeah, certainly a scene stealer there, no doubt about that, Darryl.
She's taking a bit of stick from the crowd, I'll give you the tip. All right, Andrews now. Baker Finch getting a bit closer. So now, watch it under brake. See that? A little bit of twitch as the car just understeered. Tail just came out a little bit. And he's starting to catch up. He's looking good, Baker Finch.
Yes, he is actually. I think that it looks like Guy's been pushing a little bit too hard and perhaps just washing off too much power going through the corners where the car needs actually to be flowing more. And I think that Ian's gradually keeping up on him. He's also pulling away from Emma a little bit, but she looks like she's got enough space in front of her from Lee.
I was saying before about Lee Friedman, he did his first lap with the handbrake on, and Trevor Marmalade commented, well, that's a nice change. Usually you instruct the jockeys to do that, Lee, but he wasn't too happy about that.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Trevor. We'll have a look for him because he's way back in the pack there. There he goes, Trevor Marmalade. Round he comes. Is that him there? No.
Ben Mendelsohn coming through.
I'm not quite sure where he is. He's a fair way. There he is.
is.
There's our Trev. There he goes. Wow.
And Jane Kennedy
on the footy show.
Yes, indeed. They're Daryl and Jane Kennedy there. Costas Mandler, of course, one of the international stars, an Australian guy, of course, from Melbourne, but one of the stars of picket fences. There's Trevor on screen. Well, he's not having too much of a laugh at the moment, is he, the comedian from the footy show?
I've never seen him so serious.
That's a real serious look, isn't it? I mean, there's not a smile there.
And there's the view out through the front windscreen, of course. Trevor Marmalade now, just watch. It's an amazing thing, you know. You get in one of these cars. Look at the way he's working that still. He really lays onto the wheel. I mean, people don't understand. They think these cars are slow compared to everything else, but you're still driving them as quick as you can possibly drive them.
Yeah, they look very slow, and the trouble is when you're looking down on them too, from the stands here, it even makes them look slower. But because you're driving the actual car as hard as you possibly can, you can get into more difficulty than if you were in a car that was actually set up to go motor racing.
It's an interesting one for Trevor here, Daryl, because his favourite nightclub is the Carousel, which is on the banks of the circuit here, and another one, Katrina Roundtree's gone. Well, Katrina was doing more pirouettes yesterday than Pavlova. She was unbelievable. She was all over the place. So Katrina's out of the race, doing a bit of a burnout there too.
I tell you what, the guys are going okay. We haven't lost a guy yet. 2 girls are gone.
Well, it's not over yet though, Des.
All right, we'll take a break as you watch the celebrities do their thing here. Oh, big run up the inside coming back on the circuit. Back shortly, stay with us. Around Australia, Guy Andrews doing a terrific job here. Baker Finch, Ian Baker Finch is closed right up, so this race is not over yet. This is the last lap. Emma George is in third, then Lee Kernigan, Rob Stitch, and Carla Gilbert now moves up into the top areas. Well, it wasn't that long ago, and I mean, I guess if you just said a couple of days ago about Ian Baker Finch and a driver, he'd have knocked you out.
Exactly, and it's good to see he's got through the cut on this occasion. Ian Baker Finch's been out of sorts recently, but he's starting to get his game together. Costas Mandler was driving here, and he said he was in all sorts of trouble, but being a Greek boy...
Whoa! A nice big spin. Dr. Feelgood is feeling pretty bad at the moment because that was a big spin right in the centre of the track. Everybody gets around, I think. Yes, yes, yes. Christine Gibson, take your hands away from your eyes. Dr. Feelgood is feeling good.
How's my girls there? Weren't they? They avoided that accident wonderfully well.
I got to tell you, oh, one of the guys was going up there with a big slide, catches it. Nicole Stevenson. Nicole Stevenson just going, whoa.
Well, Costas wanted to put the furry dice in his car. He said being a Greek boy from Melbourne, it's the only way his car would work properly for him.
She's back in 10th position, but they just see the look on her face. She gave him the big wave too. It was interesting, you know, we've just been handed a note that these cars are exactly half the speed of the Formula One cars.
Yes, you would think actually that there'd be a bigger differentiation. I mean, it just doesn't seem that they're going that quick, but obviously they are.
I was saying before, Daryl, about Trevor Marmalade, his trouble, of course, is that he's never seen this track in the daylight because he only goes around...
Look at this. Just see Nicole. She's done the big save. She's trailed the wheel round, and then she's just put the finger out the window.
Gave him the bird.
On you, Nicole. Good. Oh, all over the place. Rocky Road on the last lap now.
They're trying so hard, aren't they? I mean, they're just overcooking each corner now. They're just getting so excited about this finish.
Nicole's had more waves than Bondi Beach.
Nicole, and coming up for her 3rd Olympic Games this year too. So good luck to Nicole, having a real go there with Costas Mandler.
She's waved to everybody. The finger's gone out. Politely, it's a peace sign, of course. And you can see that bit of tape there now. That's obviously there to keep, so they know where the wheel is straight.
Yes, we decided that they needed some indication as to where the top of the wheel was.
Nicole's on the horn now.
I can't believe it. She's blowing the horn. She's waving at people. She's having a terrific time. Yes, he goes. Well, where are the leaders now? Because Guy Andrews, Ian Baker Fitch were hard at it. There they are. This is the run to the flag. Guy Andrews, he won't be beaten from here. I've seen him in plenty of tight finishes, and nobody gets past him that far out from the line. Guy Andrews goes over the line. He keeps that tradition of Ironman going. Ian Baker Fitch with a great drive. He had to make up a lot of ground. He did that. Emma George has hung on really nicely. Emma George is going to come over into third place. And in fourth,
Lee Kernigan.
Yeah, the boy from Tamworth Country. Rob Stitch has done a good job there too. Carla Gilbert, that was a good drive.
Yeah, Carla's was a really good drive. She obviously did the same. She kept it smooth, didn't get into any trouble.
And Ross Stevenson in behind them, and then Lee Friedman, who'll have his chance to be in the winner's circle tomorrow at Flemington. But a great performance by Guy Andrews. And there's something about these Ironmen, they're very competitive, and just as you'd imagine, they're pretty well coordinated as well.
Oh, yeah, and I tell you what, they're cool under pressure. That's the thing, because of their long distance and sprint races, they're conditioned to go hard for you know, amounts of time, big lumps of time, and that's, I think, gives them the edge. There we go.
Oh, Costas has come off again. He can't even get round the victory lap.
He's bocking the grass down, throws it around. He's had a good time. They've all had a good time. He's got the windscreen wiper going.
Yesterday he had his blinker on to come back onto the track. Here
Here's the replay.
We've got a replay of how Costas ends up on the grass here. Understeering straight off in the kitty litter. Costas, catch it all, get it back. Good boy, that's it. Get it back on the circuit now.
I think there's a touch on there.
Actually, we're going the wrong way.
He's done all right, though. I tell you what, he had it all on the opposite lock.
He has
forgot
to
to straighten up at the end, but that's all right.
And fantastic with Emma George being in third place. There's Costas going off again. Well,
I think they better take him out of the car. He's probably more dangerous than Sam Newman was in Adelaide. Newman went everywhere.
Costas thinks he's up in Lygon Street showing off for the
Here
girls.
we go, look, here's a replay. Oh, straight off. And he's hit it pretty hard, I'll tell you. Oh! Up on two wheels. He's having a big time, Costa.
Well, he's one of the stars of picket fences, Daryl, and the way he's going to go through a few on the way home too. He's cleaning up everything at the moment.
I think most of the action in this race has been after the checkered flags dropped. This is all after they've gone across the start-finish line.
It's looking like a rally car. There's stones flying out of it. There's dirt and dust all over it. OK, let's recap. Guy Andrews took the race. Well done. Ian Baker Fitch, great drive from him. Emma George, Lee Kernigan, Rob Stitch, Carla Gilbert. They were the top runners. Well, it was probably the quietest race we've had for a while, but really opened up after the leaders had gone over the line. OK, Kenny, another good one from the celebrities.
Good on you, Dee. Well done, and good on you, Guy.